Hey yo, Courtney with a K here, and I'm gonna read you a little story. Actually, I just wrote this morning, and normally I just talk, but I wanted to share this specifically. It came super deep from the heart, so here we go. So once I was lost, I was disconnected from myself. I didn't even know. I didn't even know it. I was in such a fog of low self-confidence, and I had such a deep need to be loved and accepted by someone else. I desperately wanted to feel happiness, so I was pretty quick to just jump at the slightest chances. Typically from guys who ultimately did not work out. Obviously, single. But I would find myself, when these things didn't work out, I felt like I was discarded, an afterthought, trash. And I would be thinking, what's wrong with me? Why can't I find love why can't I find love? Why can't I find anyone that'll stay with me? So I took it extremely personally when these things went wrong, and it meant that there was something wrong with me. And that was a good chunk of my life, okay? And then in 2017, after I had a short relationship with a highly narcissistic and overall jacked up dude. Trust me, I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, but let me just tell you, he was fucked up. Like, take all the fucked upness and throw it all into one. It was like the universe was trying to punch me in the head, okay? So I'm like going off topic here, but to exude more information, I suppose. Anyways, after this short stunt with this dude, I finally had an epiphany. I was attracted to dysfunctional guys that would never work out for me, and they would leave me miserable, alone, and self-loathing. And holy shit, I'm like, wait, what? I'm the problem. I'm my own problem because I'm literally attracted to these guys. Why? Why am I attracted to these guys? And like attracts like. Except I wanted more. And that was where we differed. A lot of those guys were very much in their cycles and did not look further outside of that. So they were completely, I wouldn't say content, but that's as close as I can think at this moment, to continually go through that cycle and to stay on that fucking hamster wheel. But me, I could sense that there was more, that more was available out there. But the problem was that I had so much self-loathing and low self-confidence that, like, I didn't do anything to go further. Hold on, there's more words. I should just go off of that. So in 2017, I began my journey to discovering better, healthy, functioning relationships. What I did not realize was that I was really on a journey to discovering myself, loving myself wholeheartedly, and honoring and respecting myself, believing in my self-worth. I did not realize that that was actually, I guess, byproducts of me deciding that I needed to work on myself in order to attract better relationships and to be attracted to better relationships. And as with any new venture, when you're learning a new skill, typically you're not an expert at it. It takes a minute, right? So I fumbled quite a bit at first, and I was trying to do it all on my own. I call it do-it-yourself personal development, to save face and money, because to be honest, I was embarrassed that I was fucked up. Like, that's how I looked at it. I was fucked up, and it was embarrassing to admit that, because, like, you can't be wrong. You can't fail. You can't be imperfect, right? So that was where I was back then. And also, I wanted to save on money. Like, I would buy Kindle personal development books and stuff because they were cheaper that way. Now I like having the physical books. I love highlighting. I like writing in them. I like having them right there in my hand. But investing in myself was not something that I was quite ready for at that time. It seemed too much. I didn't really believe that there was value in that. And I would just blame my bank account because it was too low. I have to spend my money on other things. But mind you, up until December 2017, I was smoking a pack every day or 3 of cigarettes, and they're not cheap and they're not good for you, and I didn't even like them, but I was still smoking them. So priorities. And then in the summer of 2019, my mom died in a deer versus motorcycle accident with my stepdad, and that threw me in a whole new realm of it shoved me into a whole new realm of life. It had me questioning things that I had been ignoring and hadn't really thought about. And I was in a dark spot for a while there because I felt lost again. And then in January of 2020, I met with a visionary. Her name is Lisa. And I had no idea what to expect from that, but it was life changing for me. It really put me on a new trajectory of leveling up in life. And finally, after clearing out so much negative energy and toxicity and getting a wider perspective of the whole meaning of this human existence, I finally hired a life coach, May 2021. So mind you, summer of 2017, I was like, holy shit, the fuck's wrong with me? Like, I am attracted to guys that'll never give me what I want. And then I feel like ass when they leave me high and dry. The fuck is that, right? 2017. It took me until May 2021 to finally hire a life coach, Naomi. I hired her for 12 months. It was a huge investment, like the biggest investment I've ever done for just myself. I had to do payment plans with her. I used PayPal credit to make it work. And it was worth every penny because it helped me get out of my head and see how much and see how it helped me to get out of my head and actually observe it and see how it was working. She helped me to figure out how to rewire old thought processes. Which was a concept I was completely aware of, but when you're in your own shit, it's very hard to see your own shit. She helped me to learn to give myself grace and self-love, which was not a thing I grew up with. Grew up very critical, and failure was never an option. And when you did fail, you heard about it constantly. So I had learned to just veer away from stuff or tentatively do things. And she helped me to appreciate my humanness and to not hate myself for it. And I quit thinking that I need to hurry up and be somewhere to feel a certain way. I'm not even gonna go into that. If that hits you in a certain way, then you know. And if it doesn't hit you, you're not ready to know, I suppose. Just keep listening. She helped me to grow and equip myself to strike out into this new world that I've been realizing with confidence, and to know that it's okay if things don't always go to plan. I find ways to roll with it. I travel with the rapids as opposed to trying to resist or oppose them. It makes life so much better, and it is working. At 44, I am living life much differently than I have in the past 4 decades. I don't feel like I need to have a confirmation from multiple people in order to make a decision. I make decisions based on me. I will talk to some other people, a few choice people, but it's more so just to see if there's any more picture for me to look at in my consideration. It's not because I need to have confirmation from other people that I'm okay with doing something so that we're in this together making this choice. It's me that's making the choice. Guy types that I found irresistible are now repulsive to me. Kind of like how I crowded out a lot of unhealthy eating by healthy eating. I added Shakeology into my diet, and now I think McDoubles from McDonald's is are disgusting as fuck, and I love kale. Those guys that I found attractive and like was really digging and was like, let's give him a whirl. Now I see them and I'm just like, ew. Because for me, I see that they don't have that desire for personal growth. They don't have that desire to be in an actual relationship and to be supportive and to grow with each other. All the things that I'm looking for in a relationship, they don't have it. And I now can see that because I've grown myself enough and I'm insured with myself enough. I mean, I don't cry at night because I'm alone in bed. I'm comfortable. I'm happy. I go right to sleep. I'm good with that shit. Like, I no longer need a partner in life in order to go forward in life. Now, I look forward to having somebody that's that stable as well and is able, where we're just a team, we're cheerleading for each other, we're coaching each other, and we love each other, and we're growing together. And so like eventually I'll be with my super best friend, and it'll feel like we've been together for our whole lives. Can't believe we hadn't found each other sooner, but there's reasons why we haven't. And despite all of the uncertainty that I am purposely now putting myself in, which I would have done before, I have a sense that it'll be okay. And I'm learning how to roll with that. And there isn't a price that can be put on this level of living. There are no words to fully describe the freedom and joy that I feel as I continue to grow. And the biggest thing I've learned for anything, because it's not like you get on a personal growth journey and then you're, ta-da, it's done, here I am, I landed. You know, it's not that. There is no better time to start than right now, ever. So constantly I am starting something, I'm starting something, even if it's just a little change in thought process. These are droplets in a bucket, and they add up. Here's a fun fact. The Grand Canyon was carved over 6 million years. Google it. You'll find the same information. 6 million years that ginormous cavern was built, created through the systematic erosion of water over time. Little droplets of water flowing through, whether it be rain or the river itself. Systematic erosion and wind, you know, like weather, rain, snow, ice. But all of these things are little incidences, and they added up to this amazingly huge Grand Canyon that you can see from space. Life coaching is invaluable, and I know because I've been on the receiving and the providing side of it. Life coaching changes lives, one conversation at a time. You're just one conversation away from a breakthrough that is so meaningful in your own life. And when you're ready to take that leap, I'm here to help. Let's chat. All right, thanks for listening. Came out to be in the sun for this, and there's spiders around because I haven't been out here lately. Spiders. But I really wanted to share this right off the bat before. I'm a little delayed getting to my workout this morning, but I really wanted to share this. It's from the heart. It's me, and it saddens me to see people not give for themselves, not be there for themselves, to devalue themselves enough to think that they're not worth the investment out of fear. And literally, that's normal. It's so normal. We have eons, I don't know if that's the actual right time span, of human development that technically work against us, because it used to be where fear and anxiety and worry were key ingredients to survival. Having to worry about getting eaten by a bear, living against the natural defenses of the natural things of the world. But now we live in a world, most of us live in a world now where we have homes, we have technology, energy, running water. It's not the same world that our humanness, our humanity was experiencing. It's now okay for us to step back and actually figure out how to live in more joy. And I actually think about it, they probably had more joy back then anyways. They probably enjoyed life more. We have so many worries that hit us in our now better improved way of living. More money, more problems. But like, we just don't. We're in a time in this world where we are able to evolve on a mental, emotional, spiritual level that we weren't aware of before. So, but it can be scary. We've got all those eons of fear holding us back. That's our brain. It's just trying to keep us safe. It doesn't like change, any form of change, even a little bit more of something good that you're used to experiencing. It'll find ways for you to self-sabotage that so that you stay in the smaller box. It doesn't want you to get into the bigger box because it is not sure if that bigger box is going to be safe for you. There might be a bear in it that could come and eat you. It doesn't know any better. It's just doing what brains do. It's the primal brain back there keeping us safe. And then the ego's like, yeah, I don't want you to replace me. I don't want you to put me in like a back seat because you've realized that you don't need me to rule you. So the ego likes to pipe in too and bully us. So by working on our personal development, we're able to work on that relationship with our ego and our primal brain, so that we're more in touch with ourselves. And when we do that, when we get closer to ourselves, we end up having that confidence and that self-assurance. And that just comes from the practice of becoming closer to ourselves, giving ourselves self-grace, becoming more self-aware. Literally, self-awareness is the gateway. And I love helping people become more self-aware and learn to see the bigger picture and gain the tools and the resources that work best for them. Everything you need to know is inside of you. I just help you find it. So let's chat sometime.